great of an achievement is this for Alabama?
Yeah, Shannon.
It's a great achievement.
Yeah,
what we do
all-time great. What we do. Yeah.
I'll deal with that coach a little later, Skip, but I want to get to this. This is an unbelievable accomplishment because when you look at some of the great teams, you look at these Miami Hurricane teams in the 80s, and they were loaded. You look at these Nebraska teams in the 90s, and they were loaded. The Hurricanes of the early 2000s. Nothing like this, Skip. You got to go back to your Oklahoma Sooners, Jamel Holloway days. What, 85, 86, 87?
Correct.
No, to do this now, the way everybody has great facilities. From Oregon to Ohio State to Michigan to Alabama to USC. Alabama's spending $600 million over the next 10 years to upgrade their facility. They say, well, we can't play the players. We might as well just invest and get them to come here, let them get the haircut and all that other stuff. But we'll talk about that later, Skip. Football now is really, really ultra competitive. Everybody in this college, this coach hide behind anonymity. How many number one class did they get before Coach Saban got there? Not many, if any.
Well, I'm sure Bear Bryant had a few, but...
Oh, yeah, but back then, Skip, there were only a hand. Basically, you went to Alabama, you went to Notre Dame. There were only a handful of teams.
Oklahoma.
It's not like, okay, Skip, we get the point.
Well, you do. You went to Oklahoma.
Well, okay.
Bud Wilkinson won 47 straight games. Who's going to do that again?
They're not going to do that.
Okay.
But he ain't Coach Saban. He ain't Coach Saban.
How do you know?
No. For the longest time, it was Coach Bryant. I mean, how likely is that to happen? The two greatest college football coaches in history coached at the very same university. That don't happen, Skip. That's like the two greatest that'd be like Phil Jackson coaching the Celtics. After Coach Auerbach did what he did. Come on, Skip Bayless. You know St. Nick. He got a stinker down there. And he's never had a Baker Mayfield. He's never had an Andrew Luck.
Maybe he didn't want one.
Woo! Now he got O'Toole, Tagovailoa.
Yep.
Oh, we going places.
Going places.
Hey, we moving on up.
I think you already moved way to the penthouse.
Of course.
Long time ago.
The Alabama Invitational.
Yep.
Where we go every year, Skip. If you go to the Maui Invitational, Chaminade is there every year as the whole school. You go to the college football playoff, Alabama is there every year as the whole school.
And they're probably going to give up 40 points.
And win the title.
And win the title. So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If I told you that this same school, over this 6-year period, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year period, they go in recruiting classes second in the nation, then they go first, second, and first over a 7-year period from 2011 to 2017. What do you think's going to happen with that program? What do you think's going to happen on the football field? They're going to win a whole bunch of games because they're just loaded. If you stack recruiting classes on top of each other, that means 4 straight years. Well, let's do 5 out of 6. You have the number 1 recruiting class. What do you think's going to happen to your talent stream? You're going to be, your depth chart's going to be loaded at every position. You're going to go 3 deep in 5-star recruits at every position. So even if you have a spate of injuries, which they had last year, what happens? Better kids just step up and take over, right?
But that's what we do, Skip.
That's what we do. That's what anybody would do with those recruiting classes. I could coach those teams. I could coach them. I could. I would have won a national championship one of these years.
How are you going to do? Here's the thing.
Yeah, I would have. I promise you.
How are you going to convince them to come there?
Well, that's a good question. It's the NFL pipeline. It started where you could say, you come here, I will make sure that you're going to be a high-round pick. You're going to be a first- or second-round pick, right?
We're not going to go on no fancy trips. We're not going to go to the Vatican. We're not going to go to Normandy and see what World War II is. Okay. We're not going to do that like Michigan do. But I tell you what I will do. We can take the 90 minutes bus ride. We can take that up north to Atlanta, the Georgia Dome.
But you can guarantee those kids that 8 times over these years you've given up 40-plus points on defense. The St. Nick's defense, 8 times. You gave up 45 to Oklahoma, 43 twice to Ole Miss, 42 to Ohio State in the national 35 to Clemson.
How many national championships in those 8 years?
Wow, interesting. Yeah. I don't know, but that's just a lot of stankers going on.
And can I get to the coach? You know what, Skip? And for that coach to say what he said. Now, you know, since the advent of medicine, we found a cure. We've cured smallpox, polio, bubonic plague. We've even slowed the ravages of cancer. But there's one disease that medicine cannot cure. It's called jealousy.
Oh.
Because, Skip, that's inside of you.
That
and
was
it grows.
deep. I didn't know where we were going with that.
Skip.
You got me there.
There's no medicine because
Really?
that thing goes deep, and whatever penicillin or whatever medicine they give you, it don't cure because that thing get in there, Skip, and it just festers.
Well, I
For
wonder,
him to say that about Coach Saban.
I wonder how jealous Coach Saban is getting of Kirby Smart at Georgia, because this past recruiting year, Georgia had the #1 recruiting class, and Urban Meyer had the second class, and then Texas had the third, and Penn State had the fourth, and Clemson and Dabo had the fifth. That means the 6th recruiting class this past year went to Alabama. That means happy times are not here again. That means that, you know what, they're going to suffer.
And
Watch.
Guess what, Skip Bayless?
Not this year, but next year.
Every one of those ADs that you just named, the coaches, Kirby Smart and Urban Meyer, every one of their ADs are fired right now to hire Coach Saban.
Oh, I don't think
Every
so.
last one of them.
I don't think so.
Fire them on the spot.
Yeah.
If to get that guy right there,
they might fire Urban for other reasons, but not for football reasons.
Name a team that wouldn't fire their current head coach right now to get Coach Belichick.
The Ohio State would not.
They fire him.
Sorry. Kirby Smart, I don't think Georgia would fire. They would not. You don't think Kirby Smart's the star on the ride?
He's a star on the ride, but that's the North Star. He already up there.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he's a...
Do you know how many ships have traveled by the North Star?
He's a used to be.
No, you better stop
that
it.
That was beautiful. Okay, and Ndamukong Suh is busy on social media. He's taking shots at his old team. We'll tell you about it next.